I'm feeling a little chilled. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just like my emotions, which would be very understandable over the last 11 days. One thing that we have all unanimously kind of said was that we feel incredibly weird. That was something that a lot of pastors and people were talking about. Like they kept seeing that online, like, why do I feel so weird? And I've talked about that, and a lot of others have too. That Charlie wasn't just another person in the media. When he died, it was like spiritual, and our souls knew him. So it was, wow, if the dark took out the light, what does that say? So that was the reason we have been feeling so odd. And I wouldn't say necessarily we're feeling, as the days go on, I feel more blank. I don't know what that means. When trauma and psychology, it's probably just part of the grieving process. I know that I'm feeling like chilled, and I don't know, again, if I'm starting to get sick, so I got a hot drink. But I have a feeling it's probably more my emotions than it is getting sick, because I don't feel sick, if that makes sense. It's more like I feel drained, and I feel like I want to go inside and wrap myself in like a comfort robe and like not come out and basically eat my feelings. A lot of you are probably also feeling that way. We are a very peaceful party, and there's been this horrible dialogue that's been put out there on conservatives, and unfortunately I think a lot of the youth are very susceptible, and they believe these things that they may hear in media, or a celebrity tells them about conservatives, and this stuff is not true. For the last week, we have been crying, going to vigils, going to church, getting baptized, crying some more, and we haven't been looting or any of that stuff that we saw over the last couple years. So I'm, like I said, back to me, I guess. I'm hoping that it's just emotional, which sometimes is worse than physical, because physical, we say, go have some soup and it'll go away in a day. With emotional, then we have to actually process through the emotions. And I like some of you had pointed out, maybe there's a part of this that never actually processes out, and that can be a good thing. It can change the country for the better. You've seen a lot of people saying, I'm voting for conservative, I'm getting a Bible, so those are all good things.